just have the attention of everyone, please? I realize that there is, that some of us are very hungry and wish to eat, and that's a good program, you know, it's nice. And then there are also some of us who wish to just enter into Krishna Katha. So I was just thinking, what if we if we divide the situation, those who want to eat and talk, which is a good program, it's not a bad program. We came to the retreat or to this to eat and talk also, amongst other things. Why don't we set it up in this beautiful nature, which is just not, it's not raining any longer, and we eat happily pizza and eat and talk about all the important discussions which need to be done at this moment. And those who want to eat silently, they are welcome to eat silently here. But we have to have peace in the atmosphere. Okay. But please feel, this is summer camp. You should eat properly and talk about many things. That's good. But you need to do it at a place where there is no lecture going on. Camping means eating and talking. Yes, outside. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Rama
Krishna Kesava, Krishna Kesava, Krishna Kesava, Hare Rama. Krishna Kesava, Krishna Kesava, Krishna Kesava, Hare Rama. Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 So I'm very happy to be again here with you. I'm a little bit fearful because I know how much you like to talk. It's more important than eating for you. But I will have to request you to be silent now and listen, and if you wish to continue to talk, you can eat and talk. This is much better than just talking. Eat and talk where the pizza is, which we have placed strategically outside. Hare Krishna. Everybody please. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate We know that Krishna spent up to his 11th and a half year in Vrindavan, and then one evening, or one morning, it was a morning, Narada Muni came. Oh Krishna, he said, I know, I see it with my eyes, that you will kill the demon Kamsa. I will see with my eyes that you will remove the misery from the planet Earth. I can see it. There will be battles which you will fight. I can see also that you will go to Dwaraka and live at the same time in 16,000 palaces. I can see all this. When Narada Muni spoke about all these things which would happen in the future, Krishna knew it was true, but he was not interested. He knew that he only had interest for one thing, to stay in Vrindavan and be with those he loved most. He was not interested in living in 16,000 palaces, if that meant to leave Vrindavan. But then Narada Muni said, Krishna, one thing you should know. Your own parents, Devaki and Vasudev, are tortured, tormented, and given pain to by this rascal Kamsa. When Krishna heard that his dear devotees were in trouble, he said, okay, tomorrow I will go, but not today. By the Lord's divine arrangement, in the afternoon of that fateful day, Akrura arrived with a golden chariot. Akrura had come from Mathura, and he had been given the mission to bring Krishna out of Vrindavan and bring him to Kamsa. There was a plan for Krishna. The plan was that he would be killed publicly in the arena of Mathura, where a sports game was arranged. A wrestling game. It sounded so innocent, didn't it? A wrestling game where Krishna would wrestle. But the people he was wrestling against were equipped with deadly determination to kill Krishna. This was the arrangement of Kamsa. So Krishna spent a night, his last night in Vrindavan. In the morning he went into the chariot of Akrura and he wanted to leave Vrindavan, but that was very difficult. The road was full of his devotees who begged him not to go. The road was full with the gopis who cried so piteously, so miserably, that the stones on the side of the road were cracking. Bang! Krishna finally managed. He said, I will come back, I will come back. 1, 2, 3 days, I will come back. And then he said to Akrura, fast, 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 drive the horses. And Akrura went in zigzag fashion, in order to avoid all those who stood at the road, blocking the road and crying, Krishna, do not go. It is too sad to speak about this in detail. We will all cry. Krishna spent more than 100 years, 120 years away from Vrindavan. And then one morning he felt the desire. I must go back to the Brijbasis. I must go back to those who I love most. Home is where those who love you are. And everything else, every other place where you are not loved can never become home. That's why we see people from Serbia leaving America when they have money and cars and all this, and they go back to spend time with those who live on the land, who eat plums and make slilovic from the plums, and talk Serbian, dobro došli and laku noć and everything. Because home is there, not where the money is. Home is there where the love is, where we are loved. And Krishna is loved most in Vrindavan. In Dwaraka, yes, he had horses. Yes, he did horse races. Yes, he played chess with his ministers. In Dwaraka, he was praised. In Dwaraka, he lived in 16,000 palaces, my dear devotees. And every morning he would go into the one assembly hall. He would walk and leave the palaces, and all the 16,000 forms of Krishna became one. And in one form he went into the assembly hall. Did he like it? And there were also devotees, but they did not, Krishna didn't feel inspired to be himself. And one thing he stopped in Dwaraka is that to do that what he loved most, to play flute. He felt no one understands this here, there, everyone is aristocratic and everyone is interested in Veena music, not my flute music. I'll never play flute again. He was sad. Sometimes in the night, when he was resting next to the queens, they heard how he woke up and called out the names of the devotees in his dream. Not woke up, he dreamt. Nanda Maharaj, Subal, Sridham. They asked, who are these people? Krishna said, that's my private affair. Soon the pretext came for Krishna to leave Dwaraka and come to Vrindavan. There was one demon, Dantavakra, who was full of hatred for Krishna. Many of his demon friends had been killed by Krishna. This demon thought, he's so powerful, he has his army and everything in Dwaraka. I will somehow confront him in Mathura when he comes alone. And Dantavakra, whose heart was full of envy, was moving in Mathura. It is described like an ox cart with two broken wheels. He would move. He was thinking, my God, Krishna has
has killed so many. What chance do I have? But then he again thought, I am a good club fighter. Krishna is no enemy for me. And he used to practice club fighting outside of the gates of Dwaraka, and he was flying in the air. Then he met Narada Muni. Narada Muni said, what is your idea here? He said, I want to meet Krishna. That can be arranged, said Narada Muni. And he went to Dwaraka and said, my lord, the time has come for you to return. There's only one more demon. He is before Mathura. Mathura! Mathura, said Krishna. Yes, Mathura. Krishna was crying in ecstasy when he heard Mathura. He knew on the other side of the river Jamuna there would be Braj or Vrindavan. Yes. So he said to Narada Muni, you were the one who told me to leave Vrindavan. Now you have come back to tell me to come back to Vrindavan. He didn't say Hare Krishna. So, my dear devotees, it is described, our Dantavakra was there waiting for Krishna. Just a little across the river, there were the Brijbasis. They were also waiting for Krishna, but with another motive. Dantavakra was very nervous. When is he coming? When is he coming? He knows I want him to come. He knows everything. Some say he's the Paramatma in the soul, but I want to kill him. Krishna, 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 why don't you come? You coward, you coward, why don't you come? And all of a sudden, something mysterious happened. It looked like a streak of light. Do you know a streak of light? When I go with a torch in the night, I go like shoo. Then you see a streak of light. It was the day. There was a streak of light. It came all the way from Dwaraka. And Dantavakra could see at the front of the streak of light was Krishna on his chariot with Daruka. They were going by the airways and flying like the sun where Narayan is inside. This is how yogis travel and how God travels. Once I was in Allahabad, and I was chanting a little bit more. I was chanting my rounds. It was late and I was alone without the devotees because I wanted to be undisturbed. And then I saw a bulb of light. It was a glowing light. It looked like the sun, but a little bit more reddish. And it came from the directions where I thought the Himalayas are. It was coming close to me, and I was thinking, my God, what is this? Is this the atom bomb or what? It was coming closer, 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 just 10 meters from me, and then the glowing stopped, and I saw a yogi who had a long beard and long dreadlocks, and he had just landed, and he looked at me and said, Satik, everything is all right, don't stare like this. Satik, that's what he said in Hindi. TK. It's all right. It means like when we say okay. So Krishna came also in a glowing ball of energy with Dwarka, from Dwarka. When Dantaraka saw him, he went up into the air and he said, "Good yet that you have come." He took his club and he wanted to first smash the chariot of Krishna. Krishna jumped down from the chariot and engaged with him in a club fight, and he played like a cat plays with a mouse. And at the end of it, with one stroke, he gave liberation to Dantamacra. Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki! Yes. Then there was someone else, Viduratha. He also came to take revenge. Krishna was now no longer in the mood of play. He had an intense goal. He had no time to waste. And he left. He killed Viduratha. And he went towards the Yamuna river. At that time, he saw a traveler, Putnik. He was crossing the Yamuna. Krishna thought, he must be coming from Vrindavan. My Vrindavan! It's almost when we see someone who comes from a place which is very dear to us, we become excited. If someone comes from Mayapur, we say, how is everything? How is Jayapataka Maharaj? How is Pankajangri and Jananivas? And we are interested to immediately discuss everything in detail. When Krishna saw this Putnik coming through the river Jamuna, he catched him and said, "Are you coming from Vrindavan?" And the Putnik, the traveler, looked. Krishna was very blue. It's like Siam. He had a turban, but he had his weapons. And he thought, could it be? Could it be? And who are you? Krishna says, some call me Vasudeva, the son of Vasudeva, but I am Nanda Kishore, the son of Nanda Maharaj. Said the traveler and paid his obeisances. He was in ecstasy, but Krishna embraced him and said, I am going to Vrindavan now. But two things needed to be done. First thing, Krishna gave up all his weapons. He didn't want to bring his weapons to Vrindavan. And the second thing is, he asked Brahmanas to bless him. Please bless me that I can go to Vrindavan. And with his heart, he gave charity to the Brahmanas, gold and silver and everything what Brahmanas need. Maybe also some good prashadam. Yes. Now in the meantime, the Brijbasis had a meeting in Vrindavan. Everyone was there. And do you know what they were talking about? They talked about the best method for suicide. We should go into the fire, said one Brijbasi. We cannot tolerate the absence from Krishna any longer. Right, said another person. And the fire, it goes very slow. Better is we jump into water. Oh, said another one, this is not a good method. Water takes also a long time before you die, when you drown. Let's just jump from a mountain, head first. This was the discussion. You are laughing because you are young and foolish, but this was serious. Have you ever talked to someone who wanted to make suicide? You don't laugh. You cry, or you better not cry. You say, no, everything is positive. Don't worry, you know. They were missing Krishna so much because they could not tolerate any. For them, Krishna was life. More important than their breath. They had heard all the time about Krishna. They had heard through messengers about Krishna. But recently, no messenger had come back from Dwaraka. The last messenger had come 1 week ago. He had said, there's one demon. He came in an iron bird, like an airplane. And from there, he shot bombs at Dwaraka. And many of the buildings are already destroyed. Said the Vishwasi, what's with Krishna? And the messenger said, honestly, we only know this much. So the Brajbasis had gone to their house. They had taken everything which was there. Good cloth, gold and silver. And they had given this to Brahmanas. Please make a yagya, protect Krishna. A yagya, call out to Nrsimhadev, something. Save Krishna. And they gave the Brahmanas all the wealth, and they threw some of the wealth into the fire. To the Devatas. Devatas, Krishna's in danger. Take everything. There was no news. That's why they could not imagine to live any longer. Because the only thing which gives happiness to the heart, when you miss someone very much, is to hear about that beloved person. There was nothing to hear. When they were discussing suicide, a priest arrived and said, "Oh, Brajbasis, have you forgotten the last letter which Krishna sent from Dwaraka to all of you?" Nanda Maharaj said, "This is a different situation." "No, it's not," said the priest. "Krishna's words are always true." Nanda Maharaj said, "But he is now in the grip, in the grip or in the hands of a deadly enemy. The words of Krishna," said the Brahmana, "are always true. Bring all your people, everyone from Vrindavan. They should come now, and I will read the letter of Krishna to all of you." So from all the houses, from everywhere, the villages. The Brijbasis came. They were very, very sad. Don't forget, they were at the border of death. But then the priest spoke, the letter. He said, "Oh Father," all the Brijbasis listen, oh, Krishna speaks to Nanda Maharaj. "Oh Father, I do not live in Indraprastha, nor do I live in Dwaraka. I live in this letter." "Wow," said the Brijbasis. "Our Krishna can do anything. He can live in a letter. Why not? Keep this letter in your pocket in place of my direct association, and I will live with you through this letter." But the Brijbasis were just so much longing for Krishna that for a moment they thought, okay, Krishna is in the letter, but how is he in the letter, please? At that moment, when the pain reached a height as high as the Himalayas, there was all of a sudden turbulence in the air. Big turbulence was in the air. There was a sound which everyone heard. The cows heard the sound. The birds heard the sound. The monkeys heard the sound. The friends of Krishna heard the sound. Yashoda heard the sound. Nanda Maharaj heard the sound. The sound was this sound. Everyone knew that sound. That was the sound of Krishna's concert. The sound of the Panchajanya. And the sound seemed to say, I'm just coming, I'm just coming, I'm just returning. When the Brijbasis heard that sound, my dear devotees, they didn't have one moment of doubt. They all ran in one direction. Everyone ran. Even the small babies ran. Everyone ran towards that direction. And then they saw a vision. Krishna's chariot, which had been moved by Garuda over the Jamuna, was just landing on the ground of Vrindavan, and Krishna's horses were in ecstasy. Daruka was in ecstasy upon touching the atmosphere of Vrindavan, and Krishna was in ecstasy. Krishna was returning.
at the exact spot where this happened, there's one village. You can visit this village today. It's called Ajara. Ajara. It is a short form of what happened at that moment. All the Brijvasis shouted, Ayalava! Oh, not like this. Ayalava! Ayalava! It is a loud shout. It means, welcome back. So this is a loud roar. Imagine, it means loudly roaring. Imagine you have a village, it says loud roar. You would think, will I go into this village, yes or no? It is safe. This village is very safe. It is the village where Krishna was first seen by the Brajavasis and when Krishna returned. What happened then is so ecstatic that I will not tell it now, because we need some pause. Too much nectar is difficult for us conditioned, so we will hear more about this the next time. It is really amazing. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Prabhupada, reason why we stop is not because you're not interested. You're very wonderful Vaishnavas. We have 10 minutes past 9. If we go too late to bed, our whole morning will be troubled. But thank you very much for listening to Krishna's return. But what happened is really wonderful. You know, when have you ever seen cool water coming and going onto or falling onto hot ground? Have you seen? What is happening at that time? Steam is coming. So here is Krishna, who is Ganasya, the cloud, which is bringing refreshment to all of us. But here are the devotees who are very, the fire of separation is burning in them. And if the two meet, it's very extraordinary and very transcendental. But we will reserve this for another day. I wish you a wonderful night. May you sleep and not be cold. And we see each other tomorrow morning again. A whole week together. All the best. Sleep well. See you. Lakunoj. Hare Krishna.